Well, someone who's known the King since he was a young teenager is former Gordonstoun classmate Johnny Stonborough, who believes that the monarch will be a kinder sovereign because of the years that he endured at school. Johnny, good to see you this morning. Thank you for coming in. I mean, we've got a sense in that film about his years at Gordonstoun, not the happiest years.
No, he had a miserable time, especially the first couple of years. Awful time. He was bullied.
Yeah, talk us through what he experienced.
Well, he arrived, you know, and he's very introverted, or he was then, very shy, nervous. And the older boys picked on him, gave him a bit of a hard time, would thump him in the rugby scrum, that sort of stuff.
And did he get sort of picked on a bit because they didn't consider his coat to be the right?
Oh yeah,
yes.
At one moment he had the wrong sort of duffel coat on. You know, you had to have the right sort of duffel coat.
And
he had the wrong one.
Was it specifically because he was a prince, or was it because he was a new boy? Were you all getting it?
Well, we were all getting bullied up to a point. It's pretty normal at British schools, I think. But I think they picked on him particularly. You know, there was no pastoral care. That didn't exist in those days. And you were expected just to look after yourself. But he was very exposed. It was not a good place to be, really.
He did have a close confidant, and that was his bodyguard.
Yeah, Sergeant Green, nice man.
But unfortunately, he got the elbow,
he got fired over the famous cherry brandy incident.
Well, do you want to remind us of the cherry brandy
Well,
incident?
the prince, as he was then, the king, went on a cruise to the Western Isles, and they went to the Crown Inn in Stornoway, and he was asked what he wanted to drink, and he probably hadn't got a clue. He was only about 14. And he ordered a cherry brandy. And unfortunately, this story went viral. I mean, really. But the downside for him...
It got leaked to the tabloids.
Oh, my golly, it did. Absolutely. It was everywhere. And it was a dreadful situation for him. But, of course, Sergeant Green, the nice Sergeant Green, got fired. And that was... So he suddenly had nobody to talk to there at all.
But he did have someone to dance with.
Well,
Johnny.
yes, that was me and others. Yeah, no, we used to dance together, Highland dancing, all that sort of business, you know.
Because there were no girls in the vicinity.
Monastic.
So you had to pair up as boys.
Yes, absolutely.
Was he a good dancer?
Well, I
don't. He's got rhythm.
Oh, absolutely. He's got, you know, I'm not giving away any state secrets about whether he stood on my toes or not. No.
Did you ever meet his mum and dad?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
What was that like?
Oh, I disagreed with something that Prince Philip said once. God, the room turned to ice. It was very tricky about wearing shorts. We wore shorts all through the winter at Gordonstoun.
Was this before you went? Did they introduce him to you when you were there?
Absolutely.
So what did
Yeah, no, they were talking about wearing shorts, and I said that it was cold, and I didn't like wearing shorts in the winter. And he said something about the prince. This is his father. Said something about people wearing shorts in Australia and South Africa, and I said, cheeky, that you know it was a bit different, the weather there, than in the north of Scotland. And the whole room just went completely silent. You just didn't answer back.
Never answer back.
No, absolutely not.
Because Prince Philip, of course, had sent Charles to the same school he'd gone to and had such a good character-building experience.
Yeah, he had a very good time there, but they're completely different characters.
Yeah.
You know, the Duke of Edinburgh was a very outward-going, sporty chap. And also he came from a very broken home anyway, so the school gave him some stability. But our king didn't have a similar experience at all.
And when was the last time you saw Charles?
Oh, actually a few years ago now. We chatted very briefly. He said I'd lost a lot of hair and put on weight since he'd last seen me.
So you've still got the banter that you've had at school.
Absolutely, yeah.
So despite all the tough times that you had at school, there are moments of levity, because I think the thing that often is talked about with the king is he's got this wicked sense of humour.
Oh, no, he's got a good sense of humour. He told me a couple of things I remember. One time he told me he didn't know where the kitchens were at Buckingham Palace, and I still to this day don't know whether he was pulling my leg or not. And he used to imitate the Goons. There was a thing called the Goon Show on the radio, and he loved the Goons. And suddenly from the back of the class, you'd hear this voice saying, "What time is it, Eccles?" And then he'd say, "I don't know, it's 8 o'clock," you know, and all that sort of stuff. I mean, it was great.
And he loved acting,
Yeah, he was very good.
And playing roles.
Very good, absolutely. He was in Henry V, he was in Macbeth. No, he was a good actor, actually, yeah.
And how do you feel then, Johnny, today, knowing that after all these years, the coronation has arrived?
Yeah, amazing, isn't it? We've waited a long time. But I think that, certainly speaking for myself, you know, after the Queen died, we all held our breath a little bit. How would it go? But actually, I think he's doing a cracking job in spite of all the issues that there are, and very public. He's doing a very good job, and the Queen as well.
And have you sent a message to him?
No, I did put something on a website, but I haven't personally sent it. I would like to wish him well.
Well, you have a national television platform this morning. What would you like to say?
I wish him very well, and Her Majesty the Queen as well. It's a wonderful, wonderful day.
Oh, Johnny, thank you so much.
Johnny, thank you for joining us and sharing some of those thoughts as well.
Great to see.
Right, there's still